Okay, I know it's a little bit early, but it's a couple of minutes. It's going to be recorded, so anybody that comes at 7 won't miss too much. Okay, let's do a quick sound check. So, are you better? Am I coming through clear? Fine, okay, great. Loud and clear. Good, good, good. Okay, well, I've got the multi-screen in front of you. Okay, so, and hopefully it's very clear. And there's a white dotted line joining to the most current red diamond and M30, M5, M15. Looks like the H1. Now looking to complete its one. Okay, so this was a confirmed sell on Friday. Okay, gave an exit diamond down here, retraced up to come further down. Yep. So we were quite lucky because we did have Bob do a timestamp this morning. So actually we can see what the hour looked like and whether it had a confirmed sell, because some of you are probably thinking, well, it wasn't confirmed, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so the good thing about when we contribute to the, I'm just going to, what's that? Yep. Share. So hopefully you can see the WhatsApp. And okay, let's see what time it was, 11:05 a.m. this morning. And you can see that H1, red vertical line confirmed. Okay, can't quite see the shading in window 1, but we can clearly see shading in 2, 3, 4, and 5 being pink. Can everybody see that clearly? No sign. We'll try and log in. So, yep. So hopefully you can see the WhatsApp. Can somebody just confirm in texting? So, well, if somebody posted on Friday, I may have. So, we can always have a look, see if anybody posted on Friday. Oh, might be lucky. Let's have a look what time this one was done. Okay. Ah, wonderful. Actually, about when it happened. 2 candles after the vertical red line. Yeah? Okay. So, price confirmed. And as we know, it can go, even if it wants to go, bigger time frame wants to go down, or any time frame, it will not go in a straight line. It can have a big candle that goes 40, 50 pips, 100 pips. But when you look at all the candlesticks, it fluctuates. So, yeah. So, what do we say? 12 o'clock midnight Friday night, which is starting Saturday morning. So, I don't think we can get any fresher than that. Okay. But while we're on this, we can see that in M30, the red diamond for a manual exit, M5 got its red diamond. So at this point, price is indicating it may have to go up first before going down further. Okay, and this having been confirmed and done a lot of the vertical horizontal lines got done, we may have seen that the first target is already touched or gone past, and that the other time frames would have given multiple alerts for a sell exit. Okay, because you can see that the blue channel line is very close, and if you measured it, you'd find that it's very close to 50 pips from open of that red candle that's been marked by the vertical line, and that it at this stage is probably about 63 to 73 pips away from the open. So the first target would have been hit and exit. Okay, so diamond didn't come up, the trade would have closed, or should have been, has already reached its 50 pips target. So okay, so now that we've confirmed that it was confirmed, okay, we've got a couple of questions. We've got a chatty mob tonight. Okay. All right. So, yeah, so this is what was on display this morning, yes? Okay, so, all right. All right, so you've all got it on WhatsApp, so you can actually have a look at it later. I won't ponder it too much. Okay, so here on the M5, we've got confirmed sell. Okay, entry. If anybody entered, they would have had to exit on the diamond, because when the diamonds happen, we expect price to bounce off it, which it did. Okay, so looking to, at that stage, yeah, we'll probably be looking for a re-entry, yeah, and especially since the hour supports it and the M30 supports it. You can see there's a lot of pink there. The system is flexible enough. When the H1 and M30 is retracing, it's still allowed, as you can see, Saturday morning, it's still allowed a buy trade in the early hours of Saturday, which had finished off with a diamond, yeah? Yes, diamonds exit, yep. So you can see the benefit of exiting when diamonds tell you to exit. There's no point arguing with it, because that's the way it behaves. So in our business, knowing that and having the rules actually saying that, yep. So you would have seen the post that I posted. Yeah, here. So it's not that I'm saying anything that I haven't posted or documented. The questions even remind us to go and look at the smiley face and to do the fulcrum 3 steps, horizontal lines, yeah. Not to argue with the system. And it tells you the defaults, yeah. So that's part of our trade management. It's there to assist us and give us a reality check. So this is just a reminder of one of the things I used 7-8 years ago, just to decide whether trading was something I was passionate about. Okay, so I'll just share that with you guys. So, all right, so that's on WhatsApp, you can see that. So let's go back to the current chart. Okay, let's see, there's some more chats. Okay, no sound. Okay, well, I'm not sure what's going there, but majority have sound. So okay, Yeah, I can't see anything on my console to suggest why some people are getting sound and others aren't. But the recording's there, they will provide sound, so we'll go with that. So all okay now. Excellent, thank you. All right, back to our H1. So what it's looking for, it's a dotted white line, isn't it? So when it finishes and a dotted white line appears, then they'll confirm that's the current load, current low for the time frame. Yeah. Now, while we're on that, you can see these report lines. Okay. Now, these report lines are still the remnants of about 2.5 months ago, when the report lines was done for that particular session. Okay. Now, because price wasn't there when I sent you the templates, I didn't notice these report lines, so I didn't erase them. Okay, so let me just show you. All you need to do to erase it, you don't actually erase the lines. All you need to do is actually just remove the actual price, and the description and the line will still be there that you can use. Okay, because some of you might like using it. I've just put it there in case anybody that wants to actually put report lines. Okay. Somewhere. Should be just under the capital U. So we're in the lowercase at the moment. So yep, so pretty easy to do. All you do is just go into parameters and delete, yeah? But I'm not going to delete all of them right now, because before I delete them, just notice that these report lines done from, you know, a fair deal of time ago. When price revisited and comes back to those prices, notice how the diamond's still landing on the pivot line. Okay, and the prices are still touching some of the report lines and going to them and bouncing it off. Yeah, even here, you can see price goes down, comes up, bounce off the, what's the name, one of the profit targets, yeah. And down here, it's reaching to the, so these report lines, yeah, is this price does like to move to places it liked in the past. So these, yeah, this report line was, yeah, about 2.5 months ago, and price obviously went down to 176 and all that, and now it's coming back to the 183s and 184s. And you can see over the last 3 days, even here, you know, it's bouncing off the lines. So now for those that like to report lines, this is a bit of a hands up of the information it can yield. Okay, so let me just quickly delete the lines. Oh, average. Oh. They're quite quick to do. Okay. So you just basically sequentially go down, delete, and just go to the next one. Okay. Then just save the template when you're finished removing the value of the object, and you'll still always have them there. So you want to go and place them. every one of those charts have them. Okay, so it doesn't matter what chart what AFPH, I put them on all of them. Okay, that way if it distracts you, you can remove the distraction. Okay, so there, all done. Okay, so now that I've removed all those things, and I want to have a clean chart with no visible report lines unless I put them there. Okay, so just save it. So that's it. So now my H1 won't have the remnants of report lines from a couple of months ago. Yeah. Okay, so hopefully you all got that. So, yep, let it play out. Okay, so when it gets diamonds, you can see you get red diamonds in H1, M30, M15, and generally when it hits a diamond, what do we expect? So price does what we expect. Yeah, it will move back the other way. How far? We don't have to know, do we? Because if it lets us in the trade, then we exited the diamond. We haven't got an entry signal for this M5, so there's nothing for us to do. We're not in this trade. Okay, so prices will move up and gather, consolidate, and then they'll resume down to go and make the H1 happy. Okay, because as you can see, it's been a push down, and the information is congruent, saying the same thing. Okay, so, and you can see in that movement down of the H1, it still gave us the opportunity, you know, under M5 to go up when it's ready to come down. Gave us the opportunity to come down. Even here, it gave us an opportunity to enter a trade. Okay, now this says we can enter, it doesn't, and it'll let us enter by the rules, and we exited that. Okay, because price, if it wants to go down, will still let us have a counter trade if enough of the criteria is met. Yeah, and the criteria has been met there. Okay, because we only need green in either window 1 or 2, and we've got it in window 1. We need window 4 to be green and either W3 or W5. Yeah, and this dotted white line was actually there. Okay, because price went up, then came down, and got a new low. And once the software realized and calculated that price had gone low, then it recalibrated and showed the position as it was. So it gave us the opportunity to enter that trade. And that's why it's important that we do pay attention on exit on diamonds, because price wants to go further down, but when it retraces enough on a time frame, it will let you in. Okay, and if we pay attention to our rules of exit, manual exit, and we entered that, whether it's 5 pips, whether it's 15 pips, or whether it gave you 20 pips, diamond said exit, and we exit. Okay, and then a lot of times we find that we might get a actual re-entry back into a sell. Yeah, or you know, the price goes down there, but we let ourselves be guided by the software. Yeah. Okay, so when people provided pictures of actually doing it when it's 5, that's when you can actually see exactly what the shading is. You know? So thank you, Bob, for those things, and for those screenshots, which allow us to go and see actually the play of the movement today. Okay, so I believe at some stage around here, I made a reply to Bob. Yeah, but there wasn't a diamond. The blue candle was just going up, didn't provide a diamond yet, so the red vertical line didn't come up until about 10 or 15 minutes later. And because I could see that there was a confirmed sell, mentioned to Bob that M5 would probably want to go and complete its sell. That means look for a diamond with a white line joining. As you can see, from that point, it went there at 1 for 1. Okay, now price is going to go down. It has to pass there, yep. But even so, if you're 1 for 1 person, it would have taken you out. Okay, so, and price actually, from the point where I mentioned, where I WhatsApped Bob, yeah, went down total 66. Yeah. So if I'm in front of it, or I get a note and I can get in front of the computer, I will give you feedback that hopefully assists you. Okay, so that's now other thing that's quite important. Okay, there's a question there. And go to the bottom left hand corner. Okay. Anyway, that might be Tui just giving some assistance with sound. All right. So if you look at the chart in front of you, now we've got diamonds without lines, yeah? Okay, like this one here. Okay. So from that red diamond to that blue, there's no line, no white dotted line, yeah? So, but we still exit there. Now, the other line that everybody's familiar with is current low or current high, and that's a diamond with a white line joined to it, yeah? Now, there's actually a third one that we've probably taken for granted, and that's called a channel line. Yep. Now, this blue diamond went up far enough to cause the blue channel to come down to it, didn't it? So the channel's way up here, but suddenly it says up. Price has moved up high enough that there might be a new resistance. So it's come down and it's marked it. So really, a diamond with a channel line drawn through it, it's also, it's not, you know, it's the second most important diamond, isn't it? I mean, all diamonds are important, but a diamond or a light line says that the vertical line has met its destination that it would like to get to, which is a current high or low, which diamond, which is signified by a dotted white line. Now, when price goes up to a diamond that's significant enough for a channel line to be drawn on it, that has to be the next most important one. Strongest resistance, yeah? I'll call it resistance, not important. Resistance. Resistance and support, okay? So that's one of the reasons I get you guys to refer to the channels, because when we look to go and put a stop level, it's the channels or the default. Why? Because the channel is a natural lower high, which is a support and resistance. So price is going to find it hard to go there, yeah? So having that coming there, really, a channel comes there, we've been told to manually exit, etc., because price, even if it's just a normal diamond, well, just a mini high diamond, it's still going to retrace. When it's got a channel, it's probably going to retrace a little bit more, but definitely you wouldn't be looking to argue with it. Yeah. So, and if you did report lines and the channel line came below the report line and you're going for a buy, that would definitely say that reversal line was very strong, because it's been well and truly backed up by the channel line saying that it agrees with the reversal line, the price is going to find it hard. So that's one of the things that we could also notice from Bob's reversal lines, yeah? So I'll just quickly take you back there because these, if you've read what I said, we've got rules and things to make it professional. So you can either decide to be professional and not pick and choose what you want to use in my system, but to use the whole system in its entirety, and you'll find you will be profitable. Okay, so let's go to the share. Okay. Okay, so over here, we see the blue channel line come and start drawing through that blue diamond. And you can see just above it, underneath the horizontal line that's drawn on top of it, there's a R1 reversal. Okay, the other R1 reversal we can see because there's nothing drawn on top of it. So we've got the channel line just below the R1 reversal. Okay, so and that blue diamond would have been a manual exit for a buy sell, yeah, a buy trade. Okay, because at that stage price is not going to go down. Okay, so over here we've just had that, and really we've had the reversal line not been there, the report line's not been there, and the channel line not being there. The channel line's a bit of a caution that say, hey, I'm the most current and resistance here. Okay, and you can see price action has just gone sideways. So, and down here on window 2, you've got a hat up. Okay, generally a hat up would be looking for a hat down, yeah? So window 2 actually says at this stage, you know, it's really looking for a diamond, a red diamond, yep, which will cause a red, a yellow hat, upside down V, window 2. Okay, but yeah, the blessing is here for Bob was that he did do the report lines, and that well and truly said price is really going to find it hard to get there, and if price can't go up, what's it going to do? It's going to go down. All right, and you can see from here there are plenty of alerts suggesting that there, and it was actually actuated in the M5, you know, and the M5 could have just gone a bit further down, got a white line and kept going up. So, you know, we don't need to guess with it. So if there's a jumping diamond, you can either post and ask the question, but if you want to override what the system's, well, the report lines in this case, there, if it's going to be a jumping diamond because it didn't get a red diamond, then you really should be looking at another time frame to see whether it agrees with you that it's the right time to go for a buy trade. Okay, and if we did go in that trade, well, no trade's going to give you 100%, but the important thing is that you do the right execution and do all the rule parts, because let's face it, in our business, we're not going to, nobody wins every day in the market, but you don't change the system or break the rules for it, and we'd wear that loss if we decided not to consult any of the other charts or post it in the forum. So the forum is your friend. In this case, I was Bob's friend because I was able to give him feedback on it, because sometimes, you know, that's very tempting, seeing all the green shadings. Yep. And we tend to go and forget that there's other charts and other alerts. Yep. Okay. So very good work, Bob. So back on the comeback trail after a holiday, but that's what I like to see. Okay, you can see that Bob's drawing the horizontal lines, which is step 3. Okay. The other suggestion I mentioned is that when we're putting these lines and putting our stop level would have had to been at the red channel line or 30 pips. In this case, the channel line was 56 pips away from open, so our stop level had to be there. And going up, price only what we could expect from our profit would be where we entered to the basically the blue channel, because at that point you had the reversal and all that. So you had, in fact, I said there was 25 pips from the open price of the marked candle, but from the open price of the candle after, it was only 12 pips. So 12 pips, 56 pips stop loss, 12 pips most likely profit. Rate of return wouldn't have justified an entry, yeah? Because the rule said, well, we want to be able to see a 1-for-1. Yeah, it's very hard to see a 1-for-1. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that that the chart or even our trade management tools in doing everything correctly at 100%, that we actually are able to enter the good trades and step aside from the average Joe trades, yeah? So, as I said, software we won't allow the software to do 90% of all the work. It can do it better. It calculates at a quite quicker rate than we could ever. Okay? And we don't want to do the grunt work. Let the software say, we're the supervisor. We do the 10%, but it's the 10% of the most important work, because if we don't do our 10%, there's no trade. Okay, so system can't work, money can't get in. So even though we do 10%, we do the most important 10%. We're in charge of assessing the criteria. We're in charge of putting those horizontal lines to see if the rate of return is good. And we're also in charge that we're manually alerted that we should manually. We're there to do it, because the software won't do it, will it? Okay, if we have to, but it can let us know that we should be doing. So we're doing the key and most important actions that makes it all happen. So, you know, the software is not trying to steal your thunder or to do any of that. It's there, but really it's worth nothing without us, yeah? Because it needs us to do the 10%, and we have to do 110% of that 10%. That means we have to do it exceptionally well. Okay, and the things that Bob's been doing is basically doing the correct thing, and in doing it, you get faster, you get better, and once you get those things, you know, all those manual things done subconsciously, you'll find that you're able to observe other things. And WhatsApp's just another tool that allows us to expand our knowledge base and to utilize the support that each other member of the group is. Everybody in that group is a resource. Yeah. So the only way to show appreciation is to post so they can help. And if you place a trade that they can place a trade, then they'll be very happy. Either way, everybody's happy. Is there any questions that I can answer? But I think this probably wraps up some of the, you know, really wraps up in a nice tidy way that we play the most important part, you know. And I remember saying to a couple of the traders last week that about a story about a lady that calls a plumber because her air conditioning that's not working, and the plumber came, walked around, turned it on, off for about 10 minutes, and then got his hammer, scratched his beard, and then tapped on one of the pipes, and it was fixed. And he said to the lady, "That's $100, thank you." She said, "But you're only there for 10 minutes. Yes. Well, call out, it's $100. And it was all those years of my experience that allowed me to be able to know exactly where to tap. So that's what you're paying for, the knowledge in the system. So that 90% the algorithm does, and then you come in and you actually get to hit the hammer. In your case, your finger presses a button to place the trade, yeah, and to manual exit. So hopefully that story tidies this whole session up. So thank you for your time tonight, and looking forward to a wonderful journey. All right, so good night all, and I'll have this up hopefully within the half an hour. So take care, good night, and hopefully you're cool if you're in a hot area. Bye.